Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God, hold on, I gotta adjust my own voice right now. You ever hear yourself, you're like, oh, that's what I sound like? Oh, Jesus. Hold on, all right, I'm over here, let me get over here. All right, cool. Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here to represent Oracle. I'm also very grateful to Melinda and Wayne for inviting me and Change Catalyst for hosting Tech Inclusion. It's actually a year ago today was my first time actually engaging with Tech Inclusion. And I have to tell you that I have had great friendships, I have made great connections, I actually found business partners, everything at Tech Inclusion. So I want to impress upon you, if you haven't met someone you didn't meet before you came here, please connect with people. You get lifelong friends out of these things. A lot of cool things come out of being at Tech Inclusion. So let me just kind of fast forward a little bit. So as I mentioned, my name is Terell Sterling. I am a co-founder of a nonprofit called Go Paladin. I'm also the Intrapreneur in residence at Oracle Corporation. I work on our small and mid-sized business, our SMB cloud team based in Redwood Shores in our headquarters. And today I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about intrapreneurship. So let me first talk about the word, see, it's the key P. Let me tell you what intrapreneurship is all about. The definition of an intrapreneur is an employee of a large organization who is given the freedom and financial support of the organization to create new products, to create new services, as well as they're not typically the people that follow the internal, I want to say drama, let's call it that, simple way. The key for being an intrapreneur is they're the change agents inside of your organization. Their goal is to ensure that the organization is not only growing, but they adopt the entrepreneurial mindset. You'll probably see intrapreneurs, they're people who will go to work every day when everyone else is wearing slacks. They're the people that are wearing jeans and a nice t-shirt. I've got a record, 1 year in counting. I have refused to go back to wearing slacks. And we've got this thing back up. Cool. One of the other key things that you'll learn about intrapreneurs are focused and targeted at ensuring that they are the key people within the organization to help them grow and pivot on a constant change. The word intrapreneur is not something that's new. It's actually a word that was coined about less than 10 years ago, but it's recently gained momentum. That's me moving out. Okay, cool. So the idea of being an intrapreneur inside of a big organization is to focus on how we are able to take the constructs that we've learned in entrepreneurship and develop our internal processes around developing our organization. Now, of course, intrapreneurs transcend creeds, they transcend diversities, they transcend other organizations, and they go across multiple functions inside of your organization. A recent article came out recognizing intrapreneurs before they leave. Now, I'm not quite sure why this spoke to me. I don't know if it was the UI or the UX or what exactly it spoke to me on this in this article, but I have to say it really spoke to me, and I had to send it to my manager. And I will say within 15 minutes, my manager was asking me to go out for coffee. And let me tell you, that was the best damn cup of coffee I had that day. What we talked about is my manager wanted to know what it was that I had learned in the entrepreneurial environment. So before I had joined Oracle, I had actually been a part of a founding team at Real Scout, a real estate tech startup based here in the Bay Area. And I was with Tesla and Apple before. So he wanted to know what was it that we could do at Oracle to embrace this. And what we did was we went to our leadership. We went to a town hall with our leadership, and we brought this up, and we said, we feel that we need to be more entrepreneurial. Now, for those of you who know anything about Oracle, Oracle is a multi-billion-dollar company with over 170+ thousand employees worldwide. And before we could even say anything and position ourselves, our leadership came back and said this. Safra and Mark Hurd are our co-CEOs at Oracle, and they realized what value having a diverse workforce brings to your organization. In fact, they've been championing internally with us why it's important to make sure that your teams are diverse and to embrace change and embrace differences. One of the key things that Mark had mentioned was that we're focused on being a destination company and for talented people. So my manager and I and our leadership team went back and said, let's embrace intrapreneurship. I'm going to give you 3 real secrets of how to embrace entrepreneurship within your own organizations, as well as how to position to your manager why you are an intrapreneur, and so you're not getting yelled at. The first thing is that entrepreneurs are the change agents. Their role is to make things happen quickly, and they're risk takers. If you have an entrepreneur amongst your team, you want to embrace that person. That entrepreneur is going to think 10 to 15 steps ahead of what things are going to help the organization. And they're also going to embrace that if something's not working, they're going to stop it and they're going to try to be more agile and change it. Entrepreneurs are not guided by this, then, that mentality. You can't just throw money at an entrepreneur. You can't just throw a title, and you just can't throw a work from home day. Entrepreneurs are very deep in what they do, and they want to expand. Their goal is to be the change agents and the thought leaders within their own organization, and they're driven by having that unlimited freedom. With responsibility, of course, entrepreneurs will be kind of your best secret weapon. And the last thing is that be authentic, or as they say, keep it 100. You have to keep it 100 with an entrepreneur because they want to be authentic with you and they're going to give you their best efforts and they want to be able to give their best efforts back and they expect that from you as well. So let's talk about results because I'm a results-driven person. One thing you've noticed is that in the less than a year, when we started to embrace our entrepreneurial community inside of Oracle, our branding and things started to change and we started to take bigger risks. Just recently, last year, we launched, under our president, Thomas Carrion, we launched a focus on our coding community, to kind of go back to our roots. You'll also notice that our branding changed as well. We started to bring in the thought leaders internally and develop a new and an approachable brand that was different than what you used to see at Oracle. But we also wanted to show the results. By embracing diversity and inclusion and identifying and moving up our entrepreneurial community, we started to see that employees that worked with more inclusive leaders had outperformed their counterparts by 81% in the industry. We also found that there was a 3.5 times better equal airtime when there was an entrepreneur on your team. Teams that are more inclusive perform by far 80% better than counterparts that other organizations that don't have entrepreneurs or don't have diversity and inclusion as a top priority. One of the key things I will say about being an entrepreneur is that they will continue to keep exploring. They will continue to embrace new changes, and they will continue to help your organization think differently. One of the key things that I will always remember from my time at Apple was that when I was there, was that we were always challenged to be a part of the culture. We were challenged to think outside of the box. Since my time in residency at Oracle, we have embraced that mentality and we're focused at engaging the new entrepreneur, the intrapreneur. Thank you so much. Please connect with me on LinkedIn or connect with me on Twitter. I do drink that much coffee. And thank you. I will be here and thank you for having me. Again, thank you, Tech Inclusion.